King Pookie the Shin? It's your boy King Pookie coming out. So this weekend is gonna be the Super Bowl between the 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Bears are gonna be on the clock soon as the Super Bowl ends. What are the Bears gonna do? Are they gonna keep the number one pick, or are they gonna trade away the number one pick? You know, I hope they keep they trade away the number one pick. That's all. But I have a feeling that they're gonna keep the pick because it seems like they want to erase the Patrick Mahomes mistake they made. Um, but I don't want to go down that road and go restart the quarterback carousel again. I mean, so if next year if they decide to move on from Matt Eberflus, they're gonna have to you know get new coach, whole new coaching staff, and it's a whole new coaches for whoever they gonna keep, Justin Fields, or are they gonna get Caleb Williams? So, but yeah, this is the stats for Caleb Williams in 2023. He had 266 completions, 388 attempts, and 68.6 completions, 3,663 33, and averaging 9.4, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 7 long, and his RTG was 170.1. And then back in 2002, he kind of regressed. In 2003, it wasn't his um best year. I mean, in his earlier year, he had a really good. So but in 2022, he had 333 completions, 500 attempts, 66.6 completions, 4,537 yards, and averaging 9.1. And he had 42 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, 75 long, and his RTGs was 168.5. Then we look at the 2021. Was he with he got transferred because I think he started in Oklahoma. Then he went to USC Trojans, but so back in 2021 he had 136 on completions, 211 yards, 64.5 completions, 1,912 yards, averaging 9.1, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 60 long, 67. And once in his RTG was 169. It looked like his 2022 was his best year. He had 42 touchdowns. Um, so he kind of regressed in 2023. Um, so, but yeah, and then let's see what are the stats. Would we Justin Fields? He you know he didn't have like a great season last year because Luke Getzey, he didn't let him do call of the plays, and he didn't like some of the plays, and yeah, but Justin Fields, he really didn't have anything. He didn't have anybody to help him, and to succeed. And when the Bears really didn't give him help in the beginning because he was getting sacked so many times. Hopefully with this draft, that if they decide to move down, they get more weapons for Justin Fields because see, I'm hoping if they get Marvin Harrison Jr. because Marvin Harrison Jr. on one side and the other side, DJ Moore, that's a deadly man combination right there. But if you decide to go with Caleb Williams, I don't know if what are we gonna do with it. If he's gonna be a number nine, because we're picking number nine. If Marvin Harrison Jr. decides to keep, goes to number nine, I don't think so. It looks like the Cardinals might want him. No, that would be very good if they decide to to keep the quarterback. Um, you know, and get Marvis Harrison Jr. and the Cardinals. We don't, um, so, but yeah, and then with the number nine pick, we could get a pass rusher or something to help Justin Fields, and so, and then there's another thing that if they do move on from Justin Fields, they gonna probably trade him away to I'm hearing the Atlanta Falcons. That's where I'm hearing that he might be traded to the Atlanta Falcons. And we might get compensation. Compensation and get some draft picks, and that would help Caleb Williams if we decide to go keep Caleb Williams. But yeah, I'm hoping they keep Justin Fields because I don't want to restart this whole quarterback situation again, over again. You know, we we had to go through deal with Mitch Trubisky. That didn't work out. Justin Fields, he had a rough start. But if we get him more weapons, then we could see him in like to be when he was in Ohio State, where he had a good wide receiving group. So um, yeah, I mean, this is a big decision on Ryan Poles and what he's gonna do. I kind of hope he doesn't actually succeed, because I do want Ryan Poles to be fired, because this if Justin Fields goes on to another team, and balls out and that stuff, he's probably gonna get fired. And then if Caleb Williams is a bust, you know, what is that going to say to Ryan Poles? I mean, Ryan Poles drafted him. That's his guy. So, but yeah, that's a big decision he has to make, and I hope he makes the right decision, because we need a quarterback that will take us to this promised land. But hopefully, we want somebody to beat the Green Bay Packers. That's our number one goal. That should be our number one goal. Beat the Packers, and then to get into the playoffs, and eventually go to Super Bowl. But we're not there to get. We can't even compete with teams that like go to like the Eagles or the 49ers. So we got spanked against the Chiefs in last season. Can we compete with those teams? Um, I think we can. If we get Justin Fields more help, and he runs the ball, and everybody said that he could be the next Lamar Jackson. If so but yeah, it would be a great. If they decide to move with Justin Fields, I'm just afraid that something's gonna bad is gonna happen, and this is gonna be the Trubisky thing all over again. We passed up um Patrick Mahomes, and look at Patrick Mahomes. It became, but Patrick Mahomes had a good system. He had Andy Reid. Who knows if Patrick Mahomes would have succeeded with under Matt Nagy. Um, so, but yeah, so, like Matt Nagy is just living on the coattails of Andy Reid. He's don't he couldn't even find a job, so he had to run to the Kansas City Chiefs. There was his old coach Andy Reid to save him. And I don't know if Kansas City Chief fans are really happy with Matt Nagy and his calling. They're not the same like they were this team. So I don't know if they're gonna keep Matt Nagy after the season, if they're happy with him or what. But yeah. So man, but yeah, I just cannot wait. Chicago is on pins and needles. What are we gonna do with that number 1 draft pick? You know, this, everybody said that Caleb Williams is gonna be a generational player, but look at generational player, wasn't it? The guy that went to Jacksonville Jaguars, he was supposed to be a generational player too, was he? And the last number 1 draft pick, that won a Super Bowl was Matthew Stafford, and Matthew took a long time for Matthew Stafford to get to the Super Bowl, and he got traded to another team. He had he didn't have a good time in with the Lions. I don't know. I don't think they made it. They made it to the. I don't think they made it to the playoffs or at all. I don't know if they. I don't think they made it to the playoffs with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, he did have Megatron help him, but they still don't. So look at, he went to the L.A. Rams, and they succeeded, and he took them and won a Super Bowl for the L.A. Rams. For the L.A. Rams. So yeah, this would oh, Justin Fields wins the Super Bowl for on another team. This is gonna be when they have to hear it all over again, just like the Patrick Mahomes conversation. It's like, oh, we passed Patrick Mahomes, and because of Ryan Pace, we didn't pick Mitchell Trubisky at number 2. So, and actually, if we do decide to move down, we might move. There's rumor that we might move down 1 spot. Because the rumors are that he might go to the Washington Commanders, because Cliff Clinsbury was with the now is a coordinator for the Washington Commanders, and he coached Caleb Williams. So it looks like they might the Washington Commanders might trade with the Bears, but we don't know what's gonna happen if the Bears decide to keep him. Would be the second time that if we miss on a quarterback at number 1. We missed, and we could have got Bryce Young, or we could have got CJ Stroud. And look at CJ Stroud, he made it to the playoffs in his first year. And the future is bright for him. With that team, the Houston Texans. That team is very young, and I can see them doing a lot of make they almost made it to the Super Bowl. I mean, well, not made it to this, but if they would have beat the Baltimore Ravens, they could have gone. We could have seen them in the against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. But yeah, yeah, so man, all Bears fans are on pins and needles. So what is Brian Posey going? We probably won't hear about anything until like middle of March, because yeah, the combine is in the beginning of March, and well, last year Ryan Paul traded the pick at in February of last year. So but it sounds like that he wants to get Caleb Williams, and everybody, don't a lot of the fans don't want him. They want to keep Justin Fields, so but yeah, let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below, and then always hit that bell and subscribe to the channel. Man, I bring you the greatest Bears news or anything that's happening in the NFL. So yeah, and I also do stream on TikTok. So I'll be streaming since base football is gonna be over. I'll be doing ball coming up, so watch out for that. So this is your boy King Pookie, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.